Good morning, all. Welcome. Thanks very much for showing up. I have a feeling more and more people are going to start coming in, considering those who responded and promised to be here. So for those of you I have not met, my name is Sean O'Rourke. I'm one of three principal owners of a technology consulting and services firm called Syzygy 3, if you were wondering how it's pronounced. If you need a pronunciation guide, it's on the back of our business cards. So that's how we help you out there. We are a technology consulting and services firm. So the reason why I put that as a differentiator is because we not only help companies determine what's best for their environment, but we can also do the implementation. So we don't just give you the plan and then sort of walk away. We sort of give you the plan and we're able to implement that as well. One of the hottest words, as I said in the invitation, in the English language right now is cloud. It's been as hot as the term internet was back in the early 90s and what have you. Because now all of a sudden, marketing people have finally gotten it right. They are pitching something that is very transformative, and they're pitching it in a way that is real, is honest to a certain extent. But as this presentation will demonstrate for you, is that there's still a lot of hype surrounding it. There's still a lot of stuff that you cannot do with cloud. There's still some things that are not necessarily mature enough for prime time at the moment. So what I hope to do with this is to give you some indication on what's capable now, what's going to be capable in the near future, and what's still a ways away, and what you should look out for if you decide you want to bring your business into the cloud. Now, when I went to school, I was tortured by teachers who believed in the Socratic method of question and answer. So I've grown up believing in that very concept. This is an interactive presentation. And when I say interactive, that means you can stop me at any time to ask a question. I only have about 10 slides. I hate PowerPoint. I think it's distracting. It's boring. It just sits up there. So none of my slides have animation. None of my slides do anything. All they sort of say are the highlights that I'm going to give you in more detail as we go along. I would like to hear from you, because the only way that I'm going to be able to answer questions that you may have is if you actually ask them. So that's what I expect to do. If people go too long without asking a question, I'm going to pick on you. Even though the camera won't turn and record you, I may just say your name so that for posterity's sake, when this goes on the net, they know who I picked on to ask a question. So don't be shy. Obviously, there's breakfast in the back. Feel free to get up at any time to go get more coffee, juice, or bagels. And obviously, everybody's on a health kick because nobody is eating the Danishes and what have you. All right, so cloud services, reality versus hype. First of all, I do need to thank a couple of people. Microsoft is a co-sponsor of this. We are a Microsoft partner among other companies, but Microsoft was the only one who stepped up to the plate to say, I'll help co-sponsor this event, so I have to give them a thanks, even though none of the people that I invited from Microsoft decided to show. And also, we are in AXA Equitable Space. Amber Creighton, who may be coming later on, was nice enough to help me reserve this space and help organize the breakfast, and the AV guy who helped me get this set up. So those are my thank yous to them. See, it's like a real networking event. You got thank yous and everything. Okay, introduction to who we are. As I said, Syzygy 3 is an outsourced technology consulting and services firm. We are headquartered here in New York City. Because one of my business partners' wives got transferred to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we now have offices in New York City and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we're actually starting to do work in Western PA. So I can now say we are a multi-geographic location firm now. We were founded in 2004. The three of us used to work at a technology and engineering firm that worked on Fortune 500 infrastructures. So my one partner who lives in Pittsburgh right now, if you go up Lexington Avenue, you run into the Bloomberg building. He helped design the infrastructure for that. My other partner used to run the IMAC, which stands for Installs, Moves, Adds, and Changes, for all of Morgan Stanley. So that was 30,000 desktop positions just in New York City. So he used to run that for them as well. So that's where we came from. Where we really wanted to go, though, when we started the company, is for small, mid-sized businesses, 5 to 500 users. We realized that they were underserved with really good technology-capable individuals who were looking to help their business, not just sell them systems or services. And so that was our mantra when we came out. Be smart, not greedy. That means I'm not going to retire tomorrow, but it also means that of the 10 clients we signed up in our first month in business, we still have 7 of them as clients. 2 we fired, 1 went out of business, unfortunately. So we aren't afraid of firing clients if we don't get along and what have you. Syzygy is an actual word for those of you who didn't take Greek in school. It means the perfect alignment of 3 or more celestial bodies. So there is actually an eclipse that will be happening on Saturday, I believe. At that time, the sun, the moon, and the earth will be in Syzygy, and that's what it means. There are 3 principal owners who all think they're stars, so you can see that every day is a big ego trip in our office. And as you see, it's worth 21 base points in Scrabble, but you do need 1 blank tile, because there's only 2 Ys in Scrabble. What we serve in the small mid-sized market for small clients that don't have internal capabilities, we are their outsourced IT department. There are 5 basic things IT departments do everywhere, or should do. I have to qualify that. They should plan, they should budget, they should procure, they should implement, and they should support on an ongoing basis. Well, for those small clients that we have, that's what we do. If they have no internal IT, we are it. They come to us because they need to know what's coming down the road. They need to know how their business is going to be able to grow with their current IT or with future IT. So they come to us to do that. For the larger clients, they want specialized resources that aren't cost effective for them to bring in-house. As I was mentioning earlier, networking is a great indication. Most networking people, they set up the network and it sort of just runs. It usually doesn't run into too many problems. So why pay somebody $150,000 to $200,000 a year to do that when you just pay me for a few hours of time and then be done with us? So somebody equated us once to paratroopers. We parachute in, we save the day, we leave until the next crisis comes up. So that's kind of how we operate. I won't go through all the things because I'll direct you to the website, but you can see. So on the consulting side of things, it goes through all the things that I had mentioned at the top of the presentation in terms of what we do. The one thing that I will come back to is the disaster recovery and business continuity, and then the cloud consulting services. You'll hear more about those later on.